Hello, everybody. We are here. We are live. This is the Vinyl Show. Welcome. We had an intro after 40 episodes. We added production to the show. So I'm so excited. I hope you guys were very happy to see that. I was up for weeks doing that.
That was pretty cool.
Was amazing.
It totally wasn't an automated editor or anything. It took me so long.
Unexpected too. It was neat.
I wanted to see like the name. Don't you want to put our names on it?
See that you missed my subtle saying that it was a whole automated process. That would have taken extra effort for sure to put names in there.
That was pretty good though. It came out really good. Did you really just put it through something and it made that?
Yeah, you just make a whole bunch of clips and it's some GoPro editor. I don't know what. And then it does it for you.
Well, I noticed you were not featured very much, Bill.
No, you don't need to see me at all. I'll show the main stars right here.
What, Bob Dylan?
Perhaps. Anyways, thank you for coming back to the Vinyl Show. This is the show where we go through our vinyl collection. My name is Bill. I'm going to be the moderator and presenter for tonight, where we go through our vinyl collections. And I have something special for you guys. A giant unboxing is going to happen.
Ooh.
Yeah. And there is another pickup too. Another record back here. That'll be a pickup. I don't know if you can see that.
Well, hot dog.
So lots of exciting things going on in today's episode. This is episode 41, I think, something crazy like that. So yeah,
Coming up on a year. You're pretty quick.
Oh Jesus, who
Next
would have
month.
thought I'd have enough records to hold out for a year on here? I don't.
Seriously, and I am getting low, so I'm getting a little nervous.
All right, I got ideas to keep this thing going. We can stretch this thing out forever, let me tell you. Lots of ideas.
I'll tell you what, though, I freaking hate this show because it has got me to keep going to my record store like every week, and now
That's
I keep
a good thing.
buying records and cassettes and all this media that I used to be fine with living without, but now because of this dumb show, I got to go and buy stuff every week.
Absolutely. So it's a positive step.
Yeah.
By the way, with me, as always, every week I have some vinyl friends to help me go through the collection. And you see, they help space out how much we're going to show. So that's awfully exciting. Last week, he was Little C. I will promote him to Big C this week. That's Curtiss with the handheld boom mic there.
In the house. I got a handheld boom mic tonight. It's actually just my regular mic. I just decided to hold it to get these velvety, smooth vocals on camera. And I shaved.
Oh,
I had to shave. Because I had.
That's right.
Yeah. Because I'm an actor and I had an audition that required me to be shaved.
fully.
Completely. Except for my head.
One of those auditions, huh?
Yep. One of those.
Excellent. And
How'd it go?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How'd it go? Don't let me. Interrupt.
I probably didn't book it, but hey, you never know. No, we'll wait and see. I'll tell you what, auditioning is so weird now during COVID because you have to, it's all over Zoom and emails. And it used to be you'd go into the room and you'd have a personal connection and you'd feed off the energy of the room. It was great. Now it's just this like virtual email, send a video. It's tough. It's really tough. It's tough. I do not prefer it to the old way. Plus, it puts a lot more pressure on the what am I doing? Put a lot more pressure on the actors now because it used to be all I had to worry about was learning the lines or the scene, getting into character, going and doing that. Now you got to set up the lights. You got to make sure it looks right. You got to do all this fancy camera work to make sure it looks good. And I also work in casting, so I see the wide range of how serious people take this. And you'll get people, looks like Spielberg directed their audition, and then you'll get people who, don't even have their camera on. You just hear the audio. I mean, it's all over the place. So it's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Things are tough all over.
Yep.
Well, with us, as always, is Matt Bandy, who's changed his name for the first time, I think, on this
It's
show.
been a while. Oh, yeah.
Alluding to the return of the 7-inchers, I think.
Turning into 7 inches, yep.
Right on. Good to see you, sir.
You too, bud.
Another streak of that's got to be a new T-shirt we haven't seen before, right?
Oh, this one. Rest in power. This was the for let's see, Riley Gale. He was the he passed away last year. He was the lead singer for Power Trip. They were a band from Texas who were a crossover thrash band that were just loved by all different types of people, like punk rock kids, hardcore kids, metal guys. Everybody loved this band. A lot of good energy from those guys. A lot of good energy from Riley, and he unfortunately passed away in his sleep. And
Jeez.
yeah, that was a shocker. And this was put out by, I don't know if this was a friend or family, but proceeds went to a charity that the family had picked in his name. So yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to hear that. Wow.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, like for streaks, I'm pretty sure Matt Bandy gives us a new shirt every episode without repeating.
You know, I do what I can.
Bill
Soon
knows
the
a lot
vest
about
will come out.
streaks.
The vest will come out soon.
That's possible.
Milestone episode, we get the vest.
Maybe for the 50th.
Okay, 50th.
Say, when is the 1 year anniversary? Do we know?
It's got.
Is it March or April?
What are you considering the anniversary of the?
How about episode 1?
Well,
when was episode?
Just episode 1 was just Bill. Would we consider that the show? Or was it obviously when I came on? And maybe
when did you come on, Matt? You come on episode 2?
I was episode 2.
Oh shit! Was it that soon?
Yes. Because that was when things were like I wasn't working, nobody was working. That was when everything was like complete lockdown. That was like when the first few weeks. And I was like, hey, I'm not doing anything. Can I come on and do this too and talk about records?
Well,
look at no hat.
Other room.
Wow-wee.
This is just a show of firsts tonight.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Glad to hear you shaved your pubes. Oh shit, I forgot the mic.
Nice one, sir.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for Chris.
I'm glad to see you
combed
combed your hair.
Let's bring in our other usual guest. We have Kevin buried on Mars.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, I think he's still on someone else's show.
Look at him. You know, he looks extra happy and looks like he's engaging more there. I don't know what's up with that.
That's true.
And no beanie on. He's showing his bald head.
Showing the head. You got these two, right? They all want to show their heads at the top of the screen there. So I think Kevin is like, I gotta say, my head.
I mean, if we're just comparing shows, I think we got the better cast.
Well, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
I mean, what's with that guy's mustache?
I don't know. I kind of like it. He's got some good hair too.
It's very
looks so feminine. It's
not
not very metal.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, Chris.
I just said it looks
you're
feminine.
You're such a hater. Such a hater. Although he does, I will point out, have what appears to be a dollhouse behind him. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. I would bet money he's taller than you, Curtis.
Hey, you know, Chris, you're not that much taller than me.
Yeah, I would like to point that out. I have pictures that prove different.
We do have pictures, and that one picture you put up, it doesn't look like you're that much taller than me.
If you consider 4 inches not that much taller, then okay.
I'd be hard pressed to say it was 4 inches.
I would bet money.
Okay, well, we'll have to find out.
Okay.
I like this.
Wow. Yeah.
So the bet is let's not bet money. Let's bet something good. Let's make this interesting.
We'll figure out the details later.
Okay, we're gonna figure out a bet between me and Chris. Chris, you have to be over 4 inches taller than me.
No, let's see that. Then it has to be 2. We'll go 2.5 over under 2.5.
What do you mean?
If you want to bet that you're getting a 4-point spread.
Yeah.
You don't know how to gamble. I don't take those kind of bets. That's not in my favor.
You said you were
Yeah,
4
when I
inches taller
said
than me.
money, now you're talking about doing things. You're gonna have to learn a language or some bullshit.
Absolutely.
Fuck that. Then I
And
want
you know
odds.
how you know how I bet I'm going to
And
make
then
you
I want odds.
learn
You
to
want to
play
make
the
me
mandolin,
better
you
or
son of a
something.
bitch.
Right. That's a lot of time. I'd rather give you $50.
That's how I bet. I don't bet for money. I bet for, learning experiences. That's what I like.
I
Yeah.
say the
well,
loser inherits the other's Super Nintendo collection.
Whoa.
Oh, why would you do that? You know he's got a crappier Super Nintendo collection than me. How about the loser gets the winner gets the other person's VHS collection?
he's got like 9. Yeah, but that don't. That's not gonna happen.
Exactly.
I didn't say nothing about that Super Nintendo. That was Matt's crazy dreams, but I would go for it.
That's a lot of VHS you got there, Chris.
Yeah, it's just a tip of the iceberg, man.
Believe me, I know.
All this though, I would say like from there to like there was all one haul.
Wow.
Really?
It was the
Oof.
sickest fucking, like, it was crazy. Like, imagine going to a game store, in a game store that's like 50 cents for every game, and finding like a top 10, well, excluding like super rare, but like, let's say that top 20% any Super Nintendo tapes. That's what I found.
You know what I bet they didn't have?
Go ahead.
History of Violence.
They didn't. But I have tapes here that are worth 3 times worth what History of Violence is. That was
tonight when we get into the vinyl adjacent section, you should tell the History of Violence story.
I will. It's
a
fine.
good story.
It is a good story. It's a good story. My honor was tested on that one.
Oh,
You're a good man. You're a good man.
Yeah,
Charlie Brown.
I've replayed that a few times, but I'm happy the way I handled it. I should have,
Okay.
it's okay. It's just a tape. It doesn't even matter.
It's just a tape.
It's all it is. Just a tape.
well, before we go too far, we should say hello to those in the chat. For instance, Jerry, he came in, around 19 hours ago and said hello. So,
What's up, Jerry?
Dang, he's been waiting.
he's been waiting. He's been waiting.
Jerry's a very patient man.
And this person came in, said meow.
Wow.
Rupak.
So, yeah. I don't see
Tupac's cousin.
What was his last name?
I don't see this other stream getting people like this.
Wow. I wonder if he's
No.
Yeah, what kind of
And what's with Mars with the cool nickname over there, bootlegger?
See,
You know
what?
what?
Did I say?
More
He's taking
like
that more serious.
bootlicker.
Oh,
You got him good. You got him good, fully powered. Yeah.
These guys are doing a whole episode on bootleg music. And guess who didn't get the call for that?
Wow.
You're the king of
That's
bootleg.
the most
Bill.
bootlegs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
you did?
Who's been featured in Rolling Stone?
Right. Not bootlegger Mars.
Twice.
All right. I'm surprised your head fits in that little window, Bill.
Oh, he's showing bootlegs that I copied for him.
Oh man. Look at this guy. Come
Look
on.
at him.
they are
Look at
just
the smile
going.
on his face.
A brain. What a come on. Too loud, too okay. He's at least one guy's up there trying to make money with his website.
Kevin's not wearing his toupee today or whatever.
No, that's what I'm saying. They got a bald unity thing going on up there.
Harrison's wearing a wig. I bet. I'd put money on that.
Oh, I bet you that mustache is a lip wig.
It's fake.
Yeah, it
Rips
just
right
goes right off.
Whoever's watching this show now is watching a record show, watching a record show.
Yeah.
I like
This,
it.
is, this is cutting edge
Kinda
shit
weird.
right here.
Is this what we We're just dogging on them. And for the
Vinyl
record,
trolls.
wasn't this guy supposed to be on our show tonight?
Yeah.
He said
Honestly,
he-
I don't
supposedly.
like the cut of his jib. He needs to come on. We're gonna give up a square.
I do
he
like the
will
cut of
come.
his jib. I do like
Yeah,
the cut of his
fair
jib.
square.
but
You like all the jibs.
I'm a fan of
Oh.
jibs. I'm a fan of
Right.
jibs.
Wait, what's a jib?
If you don't know, I can't tell you. I'm sorry.
No, he's good. He is a wealth of knowledge and history and experience. Let me tell you. So he will have a lot to talk about. So
Well, he's gonna love my additions to the show. Yeah, wait till this guy hears me. He's gonna be like, wait a minute, I thought this was a vinyl show. I got
by
VHS,
the way,
I got cassette, I got everything.
you know, within a couple weeks, all internet shows are going to be doing what we're doing right now. This is the cutting edge again.
You think
Again,
so?
We're blazing new trails.
We're at the
Yeah,
forefront.
wait till Bootlegger Mars sees this. It'll be the next Fandango. He'll be watching STC Pod.
And I'm starting a new thing with this mic holding. This is gonna be my gimmick from now on. I'm Mr. Mic Holder up here in the corner with the birdie.
I like it. Hey, as the director here, it tells me Curtis is about to talk when he lifts that up.
Oh.
Lift it up and
He teased you.
bam.
That's the next
Oh,
screenshot right there. That better be his thumbnail.
That's what he did on his casting call there.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why he shaved that beard.
Didn't want to get the razor burn on the new.
Chris, did you see the beginning of the show?
When you were talking about earlier about your casting call, or
No,
what
we
did I
got an
miss?
intro.
Oh no, I missed it.
Can
Sorry,
you replay the intro, Bill?
you guys want to re-hit the intro?
Well,
Is it the same one, or is it
Everybody
going to make
wasn't
another
here,
one?
Bill. The fucking nerve, man.
We were still late starting.
Well,
Okay, let me see. How do I do this better? If I go share. Okay. All right, you ready? Oh, no.
oh,
No, something's happening here.
tease.
Something's happening. The computer did something. Okay, there you go.
It's good.
Could you
Vinyl
hear me?
collection.
No,
No, Mike-
all the
Mike's-
mics were
No,
mute.
Oh, okay. I was saying I
I thought
love
it was
that.
pretty good. Who we all peeked
That was
around
good.
at the
Yeah.
same time. That was.
I love
that was
how
pretty good.
it was randomly generated. You said, Bill, and it still showed Mars like pointing to his
That
scar.
was so good.
Well, you know, I pulled that
Who knows?
clip.
In
Obviously,
Chris's armpit.
Yeah, you
But-
probably should have showed the TV, but the lamp was good too, or the cheese.
He didn't pick it. It just
I
picked
know.
randomly.
I listen. I'm just saying. But
no,
that's
no,
awesome.
I picked the clips, but then it picked how much of each clip to play.
Oh,
And
I
for
see.
Kevin's clip, like,
That was
it
a great
even
clip.
It knew to do this with the hat, and then it cut to the no hat and him going like that.
Yeah, that was
So
really good.
It was really good. Actually, I edited it all. It took me 2 nights of hard work doing it.
Speaking of like hard work, do you see your buddy's new pickup video?
Which buddy are we talking about?
You know, Joe.
No, pickup video? No.
Yeah, he got a package from with somebody. I swear he's following your footsteps the whole way. Like you open that box for me, and then
Yeah.
he opens a box from some random. I mean, he only said the first name, and he wouldn't say anymore. The box didn't have no label on it. It was highly suspicious.
Yeah, he gets lots of fans sending him stuff. That's the dream right there. Oh, hold on. Let's check in on Kevin. He's
Oh, shit.
full screen now. It's looking
Oh,
good. Oh, look at that. The
how
stories.
happy he is.
look at how exactly
He is.
so much
Too
energy.
happy. Yeah. Then he comes on here. Hey
He's
guys.
like Opie and fuck yeah, he's like Eeyore.
all my Motorhead records. All
Yeah.
Eeyore on the show. Oh,
I gotta go to bed. I'm tired.
I gotta work in the morning.
Exactly. And he's showing records over
I
there.
busted my head open again. Won't show you. Like, dude, come on.
Check out my website, buriedonmars.com.
I review stuff. Fucking Kevin.
If he makes it to this stream, he is going to be wiped out, man. He was-
Dude, I mean, did you see the energy? That's insane.
He did Fandango from like 4 until 6 or something. Then he's been on
You really
here.
need to make a much smaller square off to the side or somewhere down here. Like if you can you do that? Make a little
I
tiny
wish.
square.
I
And
know
then
what
you
you
can
mean.
put Kevin in that one.
I wish. I
That
can't.
would be great. So we could keep an eye on him the whole time.
I want that to be like one of the regular squares like we have, but it'll only do this, as far as I know.
That's too
He
much.
has never showed that record
Nope.
on this show.
That's
Look, he's
true.
got a big smile on his face. He
I
must
have-
really like those guys.
I've never seen him smile that.
They got
No.
girls in the chat.
What the hell?
Real girls or their wives?
That's
Come
true.
on. I mean, come on.
Have we seen that record?
No.
He's holding out on us. He's got all the good stuff
Look
for
at the
this show.
smiles. God damn it.
They're
we should have
laughing. We
He
never
likes-
have fun like this.
Yeah, you could tell he really likes them.
Our show sucks in comparison to theirs.
We need a .com. That's how we impress them, I think. We need a
We
too
do.
loud, too old music.com.
Well,
God damn it. Jesus.
That's it. I'm growing my hair out and growing a mustache.
we all need to
Yes.
get little scratches on our fucking head next time he comes on. We'll take his gimmick.
It'll be the next Harrison Holden.
I do have a permanent scar right between my eyes here.
Well, we need to highlight it somehow.
How'd you get that scar?
That's a story for another time. That's a good story, though.
Oh, all right.
Wasn't a
I'm
belt
tasting.
buckle, was it?
Was not a belt buckle, no.
Okay, that was good. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
It was a high-powered rifle.
oh,
Oh,
Oof. Jesus. Was it at the Capitol?
that's good.
There were no
Okay.
weapons at the Capitol.
Should we
so-
start this show or what are we doing?
All right. Yeah. Well, this is
We're a bit rambling now.
cutting edge way of internet broadcasting is to fiddle about for the first 20 minutes. It's good times.
We
It's good times.
Did it first.
That's right. Oh, so we start this show. Well, this is the vinyl collection, by the way, where we go through our vinyl collection, looks inside of each one, see what's in there, see what fun stuff, surprises are hiding in there. Old grass from the 70s. You never know what we'll find in there. So that's what we do. We do start each presentation with, hey, Corey Vanderjagt. It's good to see you, Corey from Alberta. Thanks for stopping on by. Alberta is cold out there. It's cold. Anyways, we start each presentation here. We don't get right into the vinyl. I know it's been 20 minutes. We haven't even come close to music yet, but we do vinyl adjacent to start with. And last week I got into some CD box sets that I had picked up way previous back in the day. And I thought I'd continue with that with another box set I was extremely happy to pick up. Oof, geez, probably 15 years ago now. This thing came out in like 89 or something, and it wasn't that long ago. So I must have got this used, but my memory tells me it was brand new. But I don't have a very good memory, as you guys all know, and those of you watching will soon discover I have very little memory. But I'm talking about the Allman Brothers box set, Dreams box set. CD comes in a nice
That's
box.
a CD
like
box
this.
set?
Yeah,
That's
we got
cool.
some
Is it-
issue there.
Is that vinyl sized? It looks.
Yeah, pretty much. That's of course what drew me to it. Well, all these box sets, right? That's what draws you to it. Is they're so big, and it's got lots of good stuff in there. The cover has a nice texture to it. It's a heavy cardboard. On the back, it lists everything that's on there. I had to have gotten this used because surely if this is in my collection, I couldn't have done that. There's no way that would have been me. So you want to take a look inside? Shall we take a look inside? Open it up. Now, the greatest thing about box sets are you get a nice booklet. Look at this. Really nice booklet, embossed cover. It's got a little peephole there to look through.
Ooh,
glory hole.
There's lots of room on that for anyways. Lots of words in there. Very cool book. And it's on like a heavy parchment too, which I like. It's not color, but otherwise, very excellent. Lots of cool pictures in there. The Allman Brothers version of the Wall of Sound there. And so, like I said, this goes to 89, I guess, the 20th, which is the 20th anniversary of the Allman Bros. And I guess that's when they decided to put out this box set. And this box set has everything you would need. I mean, it's got their best live stuff. It's got regular release stuff, and it's got unreleased stuff. Everything
that's
you need.
one thing I didn't like about box sets when I was looking at them, when I was a teenager or whatever. Like, I wanted a box set to be all of the records, like all the albums. And it was a lot of times it was like the tracks in like kind of some weird order, almost like a huge greatest hits.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
That's one of my complaints about those.
So it goes through everything that's on all the tracks, including what mixes are used and what albums they came from or where they were recorded, like if it was a concert venue. And there's credits here. And then you got, and I'm ashamed to say, I can't find the disc 1.
Oh,
Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Loser.
I know.
Total Bill condition.
That is.
yes.
That's what I'm a listener, right? When I got this, I listened to them and they went around with me in all my vehicles. So, God damn it.
What if, and I'm just throwing this out there, what if your daughter secretly stole the first disc and ruined the corner of it to get back at you for ripping that poster?
Scratched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She
Maybe.
should.
I did ask her if she's seen it, and of course she laughed at me. These are what the discs look like.
I wonder if disc 1 looks like that. We'll never know.
Never know.
This is disc 4, so it gives a lot of the oddball stuff from their solo projects, as well as, so you got the Allman Brothers, you got the Greg Allman Band, Dickie Betts and Great Southern, then the Allman and Woman Band, and the Dickie Betts Band. So do you guys know who the Allman and Woman is? Do you know who the woman is? Greg Allman and...
Is it shit, I'm blanking on her name.
Mitchell?
Joni Mitchell?
Yeah, it's her.
No.
I'm just
no.
throwing out names here. I think he banged her once.
Is it Susan Tedeschi?
No.
Stevie Nicks?
No.
Loretta Lynn.
What?
Linda
Cher.
Ronstadt?
Cher.
Linda Ronstadt. Cher? Well, she shares,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
She was married to Cher.
Yeah. They
That's
got a
right.
kid
You
together.
Googled that. Look, you're looking at your phone.
No, but where?
Googled. Hey, you left it down there. I know
My
you're
phone is-
Hand check.
I'm looking at
You got
guys. I'm
two
on my fucking phone
phones.
right
You
now.
got the burner phone. Don't fuck around. You got an iPad or something.
Yeah, so apparently, during that short marriage or before the marriage, who knows, they managed to form a band together. I didn't really realize that. And they released something official there. Allman and Woman. I think that's a great name. So that's my vinyl adjacent. Let's check in on Kevin, see how he's doing. Is he coming around yet to the show? Now we're going through the shelves.
That guy doesn't even have his stuff ready.
Doesn't even have it
How
ready.
unprofessional.
My God. I bet they don't even have an opening.
No.
By the way, guys, let's go through my shelf now.
Yeah,
Kevin's
hold on
got
a
nothing to
second.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, Curtiss, freshly shorn Curtiss. What now? You had homework, if I recall. Did you
We ain't
take on
here.
homework?
I did half of my homework. The dog ate the other half. And it's going to be the half that wasn't for you, Bill.
What was my homework again? I don't remember.
Your homework, or the homework you gave me, I gave it myself, really. I wanted to listen to Bob Dylan's Christmas album, Christmas in the Heart. Have not gotten to that one yet.
Okay.
But I did listen to another album, and I'm actually kind of disappointed that Mars is over jaw-jacking with those other fools, because I was pretty excited to talk to him about it. But I listened to Blizzard of Oz, and it's a winner.
For sure.
Oh, it's a big winner for sure. In fact, I listened to the 40th anniversary edition, expanded edition, that has some like a live tracks at the end. And dude, that album is amazing. So good. In fact, I was looking for it today. I was going to buy it today if I saw it.
Whoa.
But
like the CD of it.
No, the vinyl.
Nice. I was testing you.
Yeah, CD. Get out of here, Bill. What the hell is this? The CD show? So yeah, big ups to I'm gonna listen to some more Ozzy, I think. I never would have thought. I mean, I'm like familiar with Ozzy, but that, I don't know. Are you familiar with that album, Matt?
A little bit. You know, I know like the hits. I'm not so much the deep cuts on that one. I'm not the hugest fan of his solo stuff. But yeah, I know a lot of people like the next album, The Diary of a Madman.
Okay, well, I'm going to listen to that one too.
Regarded
probably my favorite track, because I was familiar with like Crazy Train and somewhat Mr. Crowley. I've heard that before, but Goodbye to Romance, was that a single?
I don't
know.
That one, like,
is Suicide Solution on that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Goodbye to Romance, like, really has been sticking in my head like all week. Such a good one. Anyway, yeah, very fun. But like I said, I was looking for it today, which means I was out and about hunting at my local store. I was complaining earlier that this stupid show has got me buying all these records and stuff now. But we won't get to the records yet because this is the vinyl adjacent. I got a couple cassettes. So we're going to show those off right now. First of which is Leo Sayer, Endless Flight. For
no idea.
$2.
Who's Leo Sayer?
Well, his big hit, well, I'm not too familiar. He could be a big artist. I don't know. But the big hit I'm familiar with is You Make Me Feel Like Dancing. And that is...
That's a good
You
song.
Make Me Feel Like Dancing.
Wait, I thought that was the Bee Gees.
It sounds like the Bee Gees, but no.
He has that falsetto voice, right?
See if Barry Gibb wrote that song. I think he wrote that song.
I wish I could, but look at this is...
He might have.
Let's ask Kevin. What's Kevin saying?
Oh, yeah, poor Kevin. I wish we could ask him. He's such a dick. Look at him. I got more AC/DC. Never shows the good stuff on this show. Saves it for that show. So Leo Sayer. Now I will say I was basically doing some housework this afternoon, and I was listening to all this stuff I picked up, and this one is warbly as all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got that, and I was like, I paid $2 for it. Now, given I only listened to one side of it, so the other side could be golden. I don't know how cassettes work. I'm not a cassette scientist, people. But I paid $2 for it, so it's not gonna kill me.
Yeah, Leo wrote that song.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, but it does have a distinct Bee Gees vibe to it, no doubt about it. But he stole their gimmick. I see Denise. Hey, Denise.
Denise, hang around. I got something you're gonna love today. That's a little teaser. And then the other cassette I got today is one that I've decided, like with some cassettes, I'm willing to pay like a few dollars for the cassette if I'm kind of on the fence about the vinyl. And that is very true with this one. It's another John Cougar Mellencamp.
Ooh.
And it's the Lonesome Jubilee, also for $2. So this what song's on that? The big hit on this is Cherry Bomb.
What else is on there?
Let's see. Paper and Fire, Down and Out in Paradise.
Paper and Fire is a great song.
Check it out. The Real Life. Yeah, it was good. I listened to the whole album, and I listened to it right before I came on the show. So that was good. Now this, what do you call this? J something? J
card.
J card. Yeah, this one's got a little bit more meat on the bone. It's got all the lyrics.
Oh yeah, that's a W card.
It's a W. So oh gosh, how do I put this back now? Oh no, what have I done? Oh, got it. So yeah, add that to my John Cougar Mellencamp collection. No, blown out. It looks good.
Sure.
All right, I'm yielding my time to Kevin. We can watch him brag about his AC/DC.
He's still lecturing over there. Still letting him have it.
My name's Kevin. I have so much to say. I'm very excited to talk about all my AC/DC albums. This is the old Waldorf, San Francisco. This is a rare album, very hard to find. They only made one printing
LeBrain
run
just
of
got
this.
in trouble. He got yelled at off screen. They must be wrapping up soon. They're like trying to get Kevin off. They're really
Look at
I mean,
LeBrain.
look at him.
LeBrain's
And he's
got that
always-
face of like, just get off, shut up. We got to end the show.
It's done. Good. You're done, Kevin. Okay.
Look, he saluted. He's done.
Okay, so your Warbly cassette, do you think that it was wound a little not well? Is that where you take the pencil and try
How are
to
you playing?
work
Hold
it
on,
back
wait
and
a minute for a second. How are you playing it? Are you playing on something with batteries, or are you something
No.
that's plugged in?
Plugged in.
And you checked another cassette?
Yeah, I played the Mellencamp right after it, and that played fine.
Yeah, it could be damaged.
I mean, it looks fine, but I don't know.
From the chat,
I'll try.
I scored Rafferty's City to City tape. So good.
Nice. Are you holding that up, or did you set that up on some? Oh, I thought you're not holding that, Chris.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
He's
It's
got
like
grip.
this floating John Cougar cassette.
Yeah. See, you got the John Cougar Mellencamp. I got
Just the
Cougar.
JC.
Oh yeah.
Just the Coug, man. Old
The
school.
sun's out.
There you go. John Cougar. He's got the guns out. But go ahead. I'm not trying to jump the line here. Go ahead, Matt. Your turn.
Yeah,
Oh,
Denise is
okay.
I just thought
asking
this
if you
was real,
rewound that tape, Curtis.
Say that again.
Did you try rewinding the whole tape?
Maybe
And then
fast
playing.
forwarding it, rewinding it, mess with it a little bit.
I did not try that. I will try that.
Stick your
Wait, this is the wrong tape. This is the good one.
stick it on your ding dong and spin it around a couple times. Anyways, up next, old Matty's 7-incher. He's going to show some vinyl adjacent.
So, I'm gonna. It's kind of a stretch for vinyl adjacent today, but usually I show some of my new CD pickups or cassette pickups. I didn't get anything in the mail. I had some stuff ordered, but nothing's arrived yet. So
You
For
didn't
my
get
vinyl-
anything in the mail?
no, nothing in the mail. I know.
Matt?
I know.
Matt, I would
Yeah.
like to point out today, the theme is no hats today.
Well, sorry.
That's true.
There we go. There we go.
But no. Yeah,
That's
I'm
great.
back on.
No, come on. That looked good. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's more
Fucking look like a
comfortable.
goddamn rock star.
Yeah, you got to rock it, dude. It was good.
Okay. So I'm going to show one of my boxes that I keep my 7 inches in.
Whoa.
So here we go. We got the
There's only one box I
Right
keep my
here.
7-inch in.
And that's
only one, huh?
in Britain or whatever.
In Britain. Can you draw me a map to Britain there, Chris?
All right. So of course on these boxes, you got to load them up with stickers that you get. So we'll go through some of these here.
Those stickers
One
came
side
in the
here.
records you bought? You have
Some
no
of them
problem
did.
using them up?
Yeah, some of them did.
Well, obviously the Vans didn't.
No, yeah, some of them.
Come
were
on,
from,
Bill.
Oh my
So
god.
they're right up here. Nope.
Don't you want to get one of those cool cases like Chris has?
And then we got that's the front. We got the back, Central Coast surfboards.
Yeah, fuck my comments.
Well,
And then on the side here,
do fun shit.
that was a buddy's clothing line.
That's good.
Some skateboard stuff here.
Well, I see you got room on there. You know something's coming.
Yeah. Thing on top there. No.
Do we
Matt,
know anyone that has stickers?
Yeah,
I gotta say, Matt, I love that
I
you
think so.
I love that you use all these ephemera pieces, if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
most
what are you gonna go do?
Most people like don't do anything with these patches and stickers. You use them. I love that. That's great.
Yeah. If they're sitting in a record, who's going to enjoy that? Not me. If I put it on my 7-inch box, I see it every time I go pull out a record.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's the right
there
thing
you
to
go. There's my my adjacent.
Vinyl encompassing,
Yeah.
not necessarily adjacent.
We might get to vinyl pretty quick tonight.
Jesus. How's what's Kevin up to here? Oh, he's settling down a bit. Okay.
Well, hang on. Let me show something real quick.
Okay.
So this sticker reminded me of something here. This Joe Mino, he's an author from Chicago. Let me show. So this is a promo sticker for one of his books called Bluebirds Used to Croon in the Choir. Let me grab that real quick. That's kind of vinyl adjacent.
Okay, everybody just leave their camera.
Well, Denise has a comment here. She got a mystery gift in the mail today that she didn't order it, and it's a Bob Dylan box 3-disc set. Just happened.
Denise, you got a secret admirer.
I sent it to you, Denise. Sorry. There's cat in the bag.
right.
You can send me something good now. That's good. Hey, it's nothing better than getting a mystery box like that. You should have done an unboxing video on YouTube. We could have.
Bill could shoot you the link and you could show it off.
See?
Tonight.
That guy's thinking.
Right now.
Right now.
That guy's thinking. I have no problem with that.
Okay, so here is the book that the sticker was for, and so this is a collection of short stories that he wrote, but the book was designed to kind of look like an old like a record, but this is essentially like the shape of a 45. So that was what he was going for on this release. Here you can see a little
That's cool.
hi-fi down there.
Ah,
But this is a great book. So
Have you
highly
read it?
recommend. Yeah, of course. He's one of my favorite authors, modern authors at least. Yeah, Joe Mino.
I
He's
like
from
that.
Chicago. Mhm.
I'm a big fan of Shel Silverstein. Remember him?
I have a lot of his books.
Where the sidewalk ends, light in the attic.
He was a pretty prolific songwriter too. He wrote a bunch of songs for Chris Christopherson and some other. He wrote a few Johnny Cash songs. A Boy Named Sue. He wrote A Boy Named Sue.
What?
That's a big deal. That's awesome.
Yeah, he wrote he was a good songwriter, but he couldn't sing. He didn't have a voice for it. So there was a great collection called The Twistable Turnable Man. That was an album that was released. I don't know, like in the 2000s, early 2000s. There was some contemporary like indie rock bands doing some of the songs that he wrote, and there was a Chris Christopherson did a song that he wrote on there called "The Winner." It's absolutely hilarious. It's like a Shel Silverstein poem. It's great. Okay. Yeah.
Dang. Everybody with their Shel Silverstein knowledge tonight. Bringing it. I love it.
See if you can find that, Curtis. The Twistable Turnable Man. It's also the name of one of his poems, The Twistable Turnable Man, but it was made into a song for that album.
What was the name of the album?
The Twistable Turnable Man.
Oh, that's the name of the album.
Mhm.
Twistable Turnable Man. A musical tribute to songs of Shel Silverstein. Wait, but this is by My Morning Jacket. Oh wait, what?
Yeah, they did that song.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah. Got it right here. Boom.
Yeah, it's really good.
Hold on. Let's see. Okay.
Also, I was listening to I'll Take You There by the Staple Singers.
Oh, nice.
Boom. I'm terrible.
That was pretty good.
That was gross.
Well, hey, I don't know if you guys noticed, but earlier this week on this channel, there was a new bootleg got uploaded and premiered live on this channel where people could come by in the chat and visit the show as it played down live. And two folks that are in the chat right now, Denise and Mrs. Loba Bob, were there, and we had a lot of good time chatting. And even my good pal Chris Roberts showed up to say hi to everybody.
Oh,
Yeah. And then after Chris left, Denise started talking how much of a great guy Chris Roberts is, showing up, showing support like that. And I think, yeah,
Oh, I am
Chris
a great
Roberts.
guy. I had to go back to work.
I said, he's a good dude.
He's got you fooled, Denise. He's a terrible, terrible human.
I say he's a real ball buster, but otherwise, pretty good guy. And Denise didn't know what a ball buster was, so we had to explain what ball busting was, which is basically
got you
what
all
Chris
fooled.
Roberts was.
Trust me, I've shared a bed with him.
That's true.
I have not shared a bed with Chris Roberts yet. Look forward to it.
One day, Bill.
One day. Okay. Speaking of which, he is fully powered tonight. Atlas.
Yeah. I don't live in Texas. We have power in California.
Oh, I get it.
sometimes.
Our windmills work real good.
Look at the left side of the screen here. It's got collared people too. We're collared,
Oh, yeah.
nicely dressed today.
What kind of people?
Us on the left.
I'm repping my Dodgers today.
Got your gang signs over there.
That's
Well,
right.
we can't all look like Beaver Cleaver over there, fully powered.
Oh,
You can't. So I got some cassettes today and yesterday. Last couple days, I've grabbed some tapes, like quarter a piece. You already saw the John Cougar. I don't see anything familiar on it, but
I mean
I don't
his
think I've
early
ever seen
stuff.
that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one before either. But
I was disappointed that he had John Cougar, John Mellencamp, and John Cougar Mellencamp. Like I was hoping he'd have like John Camp and John Mellon. You know,
don't quit your day job, Chris.
I'm just saying. I wish he did. Like, why didn't he like go all in? Like, I don't think any of
he
it's
should have just
real,
dropped John and Mellencamp and just went with Cougar.
Or
I call him the Coug.
the Coug.
Does anybody do that, or am I the only one? Like,
Did
the Coug.
did you use this kind of material during your audition earlier?
Is this your comeback? Is
Is this the funny jokes that you had earlier? Yeah.
I don't have funny jokes. I just am funny, Chris. But you got your little pre-written material over there.
Oh, but go on the vinyl show tonight. Tell my jokes. Everyone's gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Don't make me split screen you guys again.
Oh God,
Well,
please
you guys
don't.
won't be able to talk if we do that. All right, and got the Billy Idol here. This was another one. Very clean too.
That's a good one. Which one is that?
Rebel Yell.
That's the big one.
It's a good
Yeah.
one. Has that
It's
got
pretty
White
good.
Wedding and
It's got Rebel Yell, Eyes Without a Face, Flesh for Fantasy. It does not have White Wedding. That was the next album.
Hey, speaking of Billy Idol, did you guys see
pretty good.
him on the Super Bowl pre-show?
No,
Yikes!
not looking
Watch
good.
it. Just watch it.
I wish I could, but it's hard to find those things.
Got the Bon Jovi.
Oh, Slippery When Wet.
Yep, this was the big one right here.
Yeah, that was my jam back in.
Yeah, this is pretty good. You know, it's got all the hits, or at least a couple of the big ones, anyways. Living on a Prayer and Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hey, if you don't want that album, Chris, I'll take it. That's a good one.
what the Bon Jovi?
Hell yeah.
If I have a double, I'll give it to you. I might. This might
Okay.
actually be a duplicate. I have to double check, but if I do, you can. Also got the New Kids on the Block, Hanging Tough.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know
Nice.
if I ever told my New Kids on the Block story on here, but when I was a teenager, me and my friend Arthur, we had heard on the radio that there was going to be a concert, a free concert down in the Fulton Mall. Now, the Fulton Mall was this outdoor mall in Fresno that was kind of like, it was supposed to revitalize downtown Fresno in the 60s. It used to be a regular walking mall. I mean, like a mall that you can drive and park, but then they took the road out, which was Fulton, and made it a walking mall, a pedestrian mall, but it's outdoors. Okay. I mean, the stores are indoors, but you walk. It's basically a mall without a roof. And again, it went back into decline. And now you're talking early 90s. and we heard there was going to be a free outdoor concert. And we're like, oh shit, we'll go see, there'll be girls down there. And it was supposed to be this. Now, it was on the hip hop station, and it was going to be this band called New Kids on the Block. Now, we had never heard of them yet, but it sounded kind of like urban. It sounded like it would be hip hop or something, right? So we're like, okay, cool. So we go down there, and we're all standing there as a big group of people. We're all waiting, and this dingy ass van rolls up. Like, it looked like like what they describe when it's like there was a serial killer and he had a nondescript white panel van. Pulls up, this door opens up, and these kids just kind of stumble out, and this guy gets a mic and he's running out scrambling. It was just one dude and the New Kids, right? They get up there, they played Please Don't Go Girl, which nobody ever heard any of this shit. And they played, I think, Hanging Tough. And then two gangs started fighting. There was like a black gang. I don't know what they claimed or whatever. And then there was like a Hispanic gang. And then they started fighting, and the New Kids scrambled and jumped back in that van and rolled the fuck out. And later that summer, we didn't think nothing about it. But later that summer, TBS used to show videos on the weekend. And they started playing Hanging Tough and Please Don't Go. We're like, whoa. And these guys blew up. But we saw them when they were just shitty little, and it was just a few months earlier. It was so weird. Like, they were doing like their pre-promotional tour, I guess. And yeah, they almost got rolled in Fresno.
That's crazy.
So,
yeah.
Hey, you got to tell the history of violence story too.
I will when we get to the VHS.
Oh, gotcha.
Offspring, not a big fan, but I do have a funny story about this. So
That's a good one.
Yeah, this is okay. So I used to manage this Chevron in Kingsburg. It's this little small town, right? But it's right on a major freeway, 99. Now, 99 is this big freeway that goes from southern LA or southern California to northern California. I mean, it stops at it goes to the Grapevine. And none of this matters. This is big freeway, right? And Kingsburg is kind of like the first stop after a long stretch. So we would get movie stars and stuff. Like, people would pop in, famous people from time to time. Well, one day I'm working the register, and I look out there, and there's kind of like a vintage Lamborghini at the pump. And I'm like, dude, that's pretty dope. And I noticed the guy who's parked it, and he's walking into the store. So I'm like, I ring him up. I'm like, hey, man, is that your car out there? And he goes, yeah. Would you mind if I go take a picture of it? And he goes, no, cool. So I grab like a disposable camera off the shelf, and I go out there and I take some pictures. I come back in, no big deal, right? So the guy walks back in, and then he didn't need to come back. He came in and bought like this little tiny pack of gum. And he puts it down and goes, yeah, I don't get to drive it much. I'm always out on tour. And I'm like, oh, out on tour, huh? Like you're in a band? And he goes, yeah, maybe you've heard of them. It's called The Offspring. I'm like, oh yeah, keep them separated. Yeah, that's cool, man. And I'm looking at him. He obviously isn't the lead singer. Okay, so I'm like, oh, what do you do? You the drummer, the bass, what? He goes, yeah, I'm the drummer. I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. I was like, well, let's go back out there and I'll take it. He goes, I was like, well, can I take a picture of you? And he's like, yeah, but do it by the car. And I'm like, okay. So we go back out there and I take a picture of him by the car. Now, a couple weeks later, I get the film developed. And, I decide, I'm looking at him thinking, like, I had the album, but there's not like any really good pictures in here. So I thought, I'll go on the internet, look it up. And every drummer who's ever been associated with The Offspring, which for all I could tell was only one, did not look like this guy at all. The drummer was like this big dude, long hair. And this guy's like this scrawny dude with stringy hair. And I'm like, can you believe that this guy, like, why? Like, why make up this story? He obviously wasn't the drummer. He was not the drummer. But
I love that story. I thought you were going to say you got the photos developed and he wasn't in the picture. Like it was just the car.
Okay, well.
He never existed.
All right, and then I got the Indiana Jones soundtrack. I found.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's way awesome.
I have no idea what it is, but it just, and it has a 12-page thing in it. It said so. You kind of open it up, and it's got some pages of stuff.
Oh, so. Which one is that?
That looks like Temple of
Doom.
Doom. Yeah.
It is the Temple of Doom, but this is the dark one. So maybe there's some, I don't know, some scary images on the ephemera.
Mm-hmm.
Snake surprise.
Yeah. So there you go. Let's move on. So we got the big guy in.
Yeah,
Bootleg
Kevin.
Farm.
How's it going, sir? We were getting worried. We had no idea what was going on with you.
Well, you finally let me in the show. I've been sitting in the green room here for what, 55 minutes now?
We can't interrupt Chris Roberts' story.
Jeez.
Imagine that.
It's ridiculous.
Huh.
So
Ridiculous.
you were just waiting. There must have been
Just
a
waiting.
connection issue or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was here. I was waiting.
Huh.
Been here since what time we start? 9? I was here at 8:55 waiting.
Yeah. That makes sense. That checks out.
Yeah. Totally.
I know you guys were checking in on me. It's a little creepy how obsessed you guys are with me. I saw that and I'm like, what the hell?
Oh,
Jeez, guys, that's creepy. Come on.
wait.
Do we
So
wanna
shall we
address
rewind
the
the tape?
elephant in the room, or
So am I to believe that while you were doing that show, you were watching us watching you?
No, we finished the show. And I said, okay, did Bill start? I wanted to make a cup of tea before I got on there. So I looked and I saw, okay, they're starting. And as I was getting up, I see myself. And I'm like, what's going on here?
Kevin, this is the Vinyl Show. You're an integral part of the show. We got to get you on here any way we can. And if that means showing you on the other show, well, that's what we got to do. You give us no choice.
I'm sure.
You were the first one to show a record.
That's true.
yeah,
As-
you were the first record shown on the show. This show.
That's true.
Several.
Oh, I was
several.
showing a record
all,
on there. I see.
all your bootleg AC/DC stuff.
Yeah. But I've, by the way, I've shown on this program already. So they were getting your sloppy seconds.
Oh, I wasn't on that show, so
Oh.
I was giving you a lot of crap. So when you go back and rewatch all this, just forget any. I didn't mean any. I was just kidding. Man. We're friends. We're friends.
It wasn't you. It was the character you're playing on the
I was
show.
just joshing. Just joshing.
I'm sure.
Yes, Kevin came hot off the LeBrain Train hour or 2 or 3 hour show.
3 hours. Yeah.
3 hour show where they talked about bootlegs. Kevin's
Yes.
big bootleg expert.
I was asked to be on, and I said, okay. I showed them as many as I possibly could. Bill has many of my bootlegs over at his place. My binder is very light. It's not as heavy as it used to be. I lent it to Bill one day, and then it came back much lighter. And
These guys know what the real story is. And by the way, guys, you know that Allman Brothers box set I showed? Perhaps that disc 1 is... maybe that guy took it.
Kevin's
that thing
got
has
it?
been missing a disc since I saw it back in 2002.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Kevin, it might be on the shelf back there by Outlander.
By your fireplace.
I don't think so. He's been complaining about that missing disc for a very long time.
Really? Because I had no idea when I opened it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
You get senile, Bill.
I'm telling you, it's true. Yeah, it's true. So Kevin, do you like? I did want to say to Kevo, what an amazing job he was doing today. The guy's been on the internet for 8 hours straight. He is a trooper for sure, and big props to his wife Sarah for putting up with him, spending his whole day on the internet as he has been. So congratulations, sir.
Thank you. I came home, and 15 minutes later, I had to start Fandango. We tried to move that to Saturday, but turns out that Rocket Sauce demanded that we do the Cartridge Club tomorrow. So we couldn't move that over. And I said, that's okay. That'll be finished before I start Bill's show tomorrow. And then it turns out that Bill's show's on tonight.
Yeah, which we talked about. That was
I can't remember. I don't
Well,
know.
I saw your post, Kevin, and I was like, wait a second, is it tomorrow night?
And when I went to, I don't know, I saw the 26th as a date and whatever. I mixed it up. I got the wrong day.
he needs a booking agent.
Yeah. That's true. Deke's been following me. It's kind of creepy too. Jeez.
Well, Denise has a great idea here. In theory, she says, let Chris take Joe on with the other show, the STC Pod, which would be awesome, but Joe just shuts down when confronted like that. He won't He won't battle strangers. He only battles me. So
This is true.
yes.
He's the most nicest when I'm on the show.
Oh man.
If I'm not on the show, I get crapped on. But if I'm on it,
Kevin's a beast to do all that.
well, it's the only socialization I do. I don't go out anymore, so I'm sorry, Deke. I'm a little on edge. So,
well, I did tease earlier, Kevin. When we get to me, look at got giant mail to open.
Oh,
so,
nice.
That's gonna happen. It might be a tease upon a tease though, because it might be so good it deserves its own video, and then I only tease you guys with what it is and tell you to come watch another video. What
is this teaseception?
Tease? Yes,
exactly. I see.
Woo. Okay, so Kevin, if you have anything left in the tank, you want to show something vinyl adjacent in this round, it's come back to you.
Vinyl adjacent. I got one thing. This came in the mail this week. This is Queen, Rocks Montreal, and Live Aid. If you know anything about Queen, that Live Aid show is like this one. That's like the best. And this Montreal show is pretty good too. So that's why it's sitting here, because it just came in and I haven't logged it yet. So there you go.
Audio on that.
I'm always surprised by their set list at Live Aid. I'm surprised at the songs they play and the ones they skip out on.
What would you?
Yes.
That's a good question. Now you're gonna make me look at the further point. Yes, there's DTS on here. Yes. What do you mean about the set list? I always thought it was fine. Yeah, my eyes are going. Your brain's going, and my eyes are going. So
it's a very solid set list. Don't get me wrong. I just like they tease Bohemian Rhapsody a couple times, and then they never do it. They kind of blue ball.
Well, he does a little. He does a little bit on the piano.
Little bit, yeah. But and you hear the crowd go like, yeah, and then he's like, no, we're doing our new single, Hammer to Fall.
Well,
everyone's like, what?
They only had a small window, right? They could not do a full set. So
I understand.
They had to get in there, do the hits, do the one song to please the record label.
Yep.
And then that's it. They had to be pushed off the stage, but they killed that night. There was nobody that was better that night. Nobody. Absolutely. They were hands down. And I mean, you had everybody that night, including Bob Dylan, Queen. And actually, if you watch the whole, because there was the show in London and then the show in Philly. The show in Philly really kind of sucked. Like,
no, it's all about London. London is where all the
London was like phenomenal, back to back. Everybody was great, and then it went to Philly to wrap it up, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, we got Bob kind of half wants to be there, and he's trying to get the Rolling Stones on.
They were loaded.
It was not.
In fact, Kevin, if pimp you out a little bit, you and Sarah. Wait, no, it wasn't you and Sarah.
Yep.
Was it you and Sarah? Yeah.
Yep.
You did like a Live Aid retrospective sort of thing. Oh, yeah, that was wonderful. Where can we find that? That's really good.
I think it's still on the Retro Fandango. I don't know. Half the shows went missing for some reason. I don't know. So I have to go back and look and see.
Well, that was really good. It was
fun. It was a lot of fun. And and Tom Petty, he was on the Philly stage, but he did a good job that night too. And you can actually see him flipping the bird to one of the managers because he played a song that they told him not to play, and he started playing it and flipped the bird. And I mentioned Tom Petty because I got some Tom Petty records to show you coming up.
Well, you perked up Denise, Bob.
What about Bob?
You perked up Denise.
Oh. Sorry, that was not Bob's night. That night, Denise. No. Denise, sorry.
No. All right.
Should we get to some vinyl?
Were we? Is that it, Kevin?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Is there vinyl in this box?
I think it's the Allman Brothers Disc 1.
Kevin sent it to me
through Amazon.
So yeah, this was an Amazon. I've had this on my watch list for a while, and it dropped in price by, I think, 25%, which it had a really high starting price. So it was still a very painful purchase. It was still expensive, but
Oh,
when you're at work and you're bored.
Never go on Amazon at work.
Oh my God. And like when something on your watch list drops that fast, it's like, oh, I got to. It's on the watch list and it dropped. Oh, look at this.
No. Boxception.
Tease within a tease here. And they got nice packaging here. They're like, this guy's going to do an internet show where he needs to, spread this out as long as possible. So for those of you worried about Amazon packaging stuff, we're getting some good box in a box action here. Deke's on me. Come on.
You got to post that comment. Come on, Bill.
you know those videos on the internet that are like those satisfying like ASMR or whatever it's supposed to be, where it's good sounds and visuals and stuff that's just kind of like relaxing to watch. This is the exact opposite of that. You are like nailing the anti and you got the loudest tape next to that microphone.
Look at this. We still don't know.
Oh my goodness. Oh God. I hope there's more tape on that box.
Bill just got a bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
There's no vinyl in there at all.
As Brian Regan would say, lots of boxing. Okay.
Oh.
I still don't know what it is.
Is it Woodstock something?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Back to the garden.
The Woodstock 50th anniversary. They put out a bunch of different editions. This is the vinyl edition.
Wow. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, the remaster?
Yeah.
They completely reassembled the whole festival. If you bought the CDs, there's a limited edition of like, I can't remember. It was like, was it 80 CDs or 120 CDs? Yeah, it was insane. It was every moment was sequenced back in and released to the public. Like they got everything. I think there's maybe 2 tracks they couldn't get on due to licensing, but otherwise they got everything and they remastered it. And it was, there's a neat little documentary somewhere about how they had to do it because the tapes were just a mess. And they had to, tapes were in different locations and stuff was spliced into the tapes at different times. So it was real forensic work for them to go in there and peel back the layers and okay, this goes here and that goes there and clean up the tapes. So this includes a 64-page booklet with photos and memorabilia. See, this would be a great standalone unboxing video. Wouldn't that be great?
I'd watch it.
Yeah, so we don't need to blow our loads right now, do we? Box opens like that nicely.
I don't know. It might take you an hour to go through that.
Are you trying to convince us or yourself?
You guys got to promise to come back and watch the video. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What do you got on there? The band, the Who?
Yeah, it's a
Janis,
nice little smattering.
Some Credence.
And I think Grateful Dead's on here too.
Shanana, yeah.
That's the one I skip over all the time.
What? Why?
Come on, I don't know. It was good.
Oh, come on. Good Bowser.
I loved that show when I was a kid. Oh,
Jefferson
Yeah,
Airplane, Kaka, the band, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Lots of Crosby, Stills. Butterfield appears on here. Canned Heat, Sebastian, Country Joe, Joan Baez, Arlo, and Richie Havens, Tim Harden. What do you think, guys? Tell me what to do. Open it.
Do a video.
Throw it away. Oh,
Instant poll.
That looks like something that's going to take about 30 minutes to go through.
Okay.
yeah.
Chris Roberts has said.
why don't you?
Well,
why
I'm
don't
just
you-
saying you should make a video out of that.
Why
I
don't you
think
take
that would get
the
you more traction.
plastic off while one of us is going, and then you can get back to it next go around.
Or you can make a standalone video and maybe
I'll
Rolling Stone will tune in.
I'll show you the other record I picked up today. I went back to my little antique spot to go through their records since it has opened up again. And there wasn't, I couldn't find much, and it was uncomfortably busy. I think more people are discovering it, or people were just so antsy to get back out there they had to hit the antique barn. But I did find this in the $5 bin. Donovan, what's been did and what's been hid? This is Donovan back in the old days when he was still trying to pull off his Bob Dylan look. He's even got the Bob Dylan hat there, and he's doing his best folk singing. And on here appears one of the songs he actually played in the Penny Baker documentary, Don't Look Back. That song's on here. Marble Arch label. And I picked this out, then I put it back, then I picked it out again, and I put it back. And then finally I said, I'll just get it. $5. This is pretty good. Excellent shape. He did reissue this recently. It comes on a nice purple vinyl, I think. I don't know. I got the original, and it's in. I thought it was mono, but it's in stereo, so it's pretty good. I'll take that. Those are my pickups for this week, and that will kick off my vinyl display for the first round here. Corey's back in the chat, says it's a good song. It is a good song. That song I'm referring to is To Sing For You. All right. I did say that this week we promoted him to the Big C, mighty Big C, and he is up.
The Big C, isn't that a show about cancer?
You know what, Kevin? I don't even know why you came on this show this week. We were doing fine without you.
Trying to save you from having a horrible nickname. I don't know why that's a bad thing.
And you know what? I am a Cancer. My birthday's June 28th.
Well, there you go.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. All right. So is it my turn, Bill?
Yes, sir.
I went to the old record store today, and I was, I wasn't sure if I was going to get anything. At one point, I was like, I think I can just leave and I'll be satisfied. I wasn't really. And then I had that, it always happens. I have that one thing that tips me over. I'm like, all right, I'll get this. And then once those floodgates open, it's it's
over.
Might as well. And it was freaking John.
20.
It was John Cougar Mellencamp. I already showed this, Kevin, but I was paying $2 for this. And because I was willing to pay $2 for this, I was like, okay, I'll get a couple of vinyl. So I went back to something I was just trying to kind of round out the collections for. This was one I needed, and it was a good price. Take it out of the plastic. Some Elton.
Yeah.
Oh,
Caribou, and that was $7.99.
nice.
Great price. So this one has the big ones on it is The Bitch Is Back and Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is there any?
Wow. Intense.
Perfect.
Intense.
Curtis always wants the thumbnail every week, I tell you.
So I do. A little thumbnail Frisle. That's what they call me. Wait. Don't call me that. I take it back. I think this belonged to Dan.
Oh, damn.
He's cool. He's got two N's in his name. I like names that end with two letters. Two of the same letter. Most names end with two letters. All right. So that was the first one I got. And okay, I made the tease earlier. This next one's gonna have something for you, Denise. Now you're just gonna have to hang with me at first. We'll get there. Don't you worry. But not, speaking of one piano man, I can't have one without the other, and the other is the one I prefer. He's my favorite. So I had to pick up something from Billy Joel, and I got I don't know if you can see this really.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how to pronounce this. It means concert in Russian, I believe.
I've never seen that album.
This has to be a bootleg.
I wish it were a bootleg. It was $15.99 American dollars. And this is cool because this is a live album that was recorded in Russia, in Moscow, I believe. Moscow and Leningrad, something like that, in 1987. And this is cool because he doesn't have a whole lot of live albums, Billy Joel. And the only other his first live album was a bunch of his earlier works that he put out after he got famous to say like, hey, this was all the good stuff I was doing before anybody knew who I was. So this is kind of the first live album that has more of his like well-known tracks, you know. But what's cool about this, so it's a double LP.
It's not bad. $15 for a double LP.
Yeah,
dude, that's why I picked it up. And you never see this one. And this one, it's got the promotional only on it.
Oh, this is a good pickup. What are you complaining about?
Yeah, because of this show.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
You're welcome.
Who's complaining? So this has got a lot of good stuff on there. It's got Baby Grin, Innocent Man, Allentown, Matter of Trust, Only the Good Die Young, Uptown Girl, Big Shot. And then he ends, and I listened to this today. It's really great. He ends the concert with 2 covers. Now, the first one is Back in the USSR. Beatles. Very cool. Makes sense. They're in Russia. And then he ends the concert with The Times They Are A-Changin'. Cover.
Oh. Wow.
Is it just him on piano for that? Or is the band there?
I think the band's there, but it is kind of like scaled down. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. But and they did I guess re-release this in 2014. I don't believe on vinyl. I think only on CD. They renamed it what did they call it? They called it it's a different title, but they have more tracks that he played from the live show. Some other ones that aren't included.
That looks like Columbia Records label on there, wasn't it?
Oh, I'll get out the other one. But yeah, like to me, really unsung album of Billy Joel's. Like really kind of a hidden gem. And he doesn't have a whole lot of albums to begin with. There's that. Yeah, Columbia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Vinyl's in great shape too.
It is. Yeah. It played great. And it sounds great. Really good live album.
Did you say what year this happened?
This is 87. I believe the concert was in 86. But I was doing some research on it. And, this is towards the end of the Cold War. And Western rock music or Western music in general was not really played in Russia. And they invited some musicians over, including like Elton John. Gosh, maybe Bob Dylan was one of them. I think he might have been. It was like a handful of them, and they did these concerts in like Moscow and Leningrad and stuff. And really good album.
I don't remember Bob Russian.
The Russian tapes, yeah. Hold on, I can't remember who I'm thinking of. I'll look it up quick. We can move on to the next person. I'll get back to it.
Curtis, what about your Walmart record player? What can you tell us about your Walmart record player?
Who is this? Is this Chris?
What?
You son of a bitch, Chris.
Yeah. Why don't we talk about that, Curtis?
I'm curious.
Go for it.
Curtis.
You ever go to Walmart and you see those record players that look like they're old radios?
Mm-hmm.
And they got a cassette deck, and they got a turntable, and they got an AM, FM, and all that.
Fake brass on it and stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a replica of an old timey radio. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
You
careful
should
with
have
those.
saw Curtis's face when I brought that up to the guy at his favorite record spot. Oh man, that was priceless.
No.
Wow.
He shrunk
Wow.
another 4 inches.
No, he's trying to cut me down. I got a Raga planar.
Hmm.
Okay, so hold
Take a
on.
picture of it next time I'm there.
Okay, sure. It was. Oh, I was thinking, dude. I wasn't thinking about it. It was John Denver. Was the one of the
That's close.
it was John Denver, Elton John, James Taylor, and Santana and Billy Joel.
Just having fun at my buddy's expense. Nothing wrong with that. Just a little friendly ball breaking.
Are you
right, ball busting.
record player shaming me, Chris?
I am. That's what I'm trying to do.
So is that really
It
your
was
only
so much
record
fun.
player?
Yeah.
What's up?
That's really your only record player?
While the other one's in the shop, I got this one.
Well,
Backup.
you gotta be careful with those cheap record players because they'll actually ruin your records.
Mhm.
Dude, my other one, I don't know, what do you call the long piece?
The arm?
Scarlet?
Tune arm.
The arm. The arm got busted on it, and so I needed a backup one.
Because they put really crappy needles on them, and
He knows because he has to replace that crappy needle.
I do.
and then
I
they
do,
put
yeah.
they put too much weight on the record, and
I
they'll
know,
record
I know.
records.
They start to dig holes.
I just want to save your collection. That's all. I don't want.
I know. Don't you worry. I gotta.
Okay.
This is my in between thing, and Chris is freaking spoiling all my secrets. Freaking
Sorry,
bastard.
I like those ornate players. They're very, very nice. Fancy. Very
Uh-huh.
fancy.
Yeah.
It's nice. Okay. Curtis is done for this time, I guess. He's doesn't know what to do. He's a bit akimbo after that record player business. I'm sorry. Someone told me to bring that up. It wasn't me. I thought it was an honest thing.
I just want to make sure I don't look like a deer in headlights.
Right.
I don't want to come across nervous.
Well, Matt Bandy is anxiously waiting to whip out some 7 inches. So please.
Oh, they're down here. Here we go. So I don't know if you remember or not, but I finished with the A's last time I was going through my 7 inches here. So we're going to the B's now.
By the way, you guys got to bring up your comedy game here. You guys are putting Denise right to sleep.
The show, and now I'm almost comatose. Now who's busting balls? Jesus Christ.
Denise is getting it. She's on board now.
Well, here you go, Denise. I got some 7 inches for you.
I mean, Matt Bandy almost was pretending to whip out his dick. I don't know what more you want us to do.
Yeah, well, how
Like,
what else? What
That's
else
as
do you want me to
highbrow
do?
as we get here.
Yeah. Okay, so I've shown this band on here before. This band called Bitter End. This was their first release. I guess you call this an EP. It was called Mind in Chains. Put out by Malfunction Records. My buddy True. Shout out to True. I know you're not listening, but I hope you're doing well there, buddy. This was his record label. This was the 21st release. You can see down there. Malfunction Record number 21. Let's see. This is on. Ooh. I forgot the color of
That's
this.
really cool.
It's been a while since I've always liked that. The kind of split. Guy screaming there is, because his mind is in chains. That's the name of the record. So Mind in Chains. This was probably, honestly, my favorite record that they did. I'm not sure if they had a demo out before this, but you just got the lyric sheets and some shots of the band in their very early days. This came out in, what year did this come out? Say early 2000s. This was probably, no, doesn't say. Doesn't really matter either.
Got a question from the chat. What genre are we talking?
Bitter End is a hardcore punk band with a very more of kind of like a metallic edge to it. They were from Texas. A lot of cool bands coming out of this area or that area at this time, and Bitter End was kind of one of the bands at the forefront. So this was their first EP, and then they had a full length, and then after that they put out another EP that was just self-titled EP. This one only has 3 tracks on it. And what do we got here? Oh, we got a download code. I don't know if this will still work. This is probably 12 years old. So if you want to shoot that, I get it.
Matt, you froze. Could you hold that download code up again?
Nope. And this is on white vinyl.
Yo, I love the white vinyl.
Got a shot of some. Looks like it's some nuclear power plant there. A shot there. See if there's anything interesting on the matrix. I can't really read that. Oh, looks like it's a building imploding there.
Hmm.
You got a live shot of the band here. What's funny, I was actually at this show. This was at Sound and Fury. This was in Ventura, California, at a venue called Skate Street, which is no longer there. Unfortunately, it was a really cool venue. And it's funny. It's always funny when you open up a record and see one of your best friends right there. That's my buddy Dennis McDonald.
And where are you?
Yeah, I thought you were
I
going to
don't
point
know.
yourself out.
No, I'm not in this. I'm at the show, and
Oh,
usually,
you were at that show?
yeah, and usually I'm not far behind him at shows, so I don't see
Ew.
myself in this picture.
Well, you stick out like a 7-foot thumb.
Better than a 4-foot thumb. Yeah, I don't see myself in this anymore. So, but yeah, that was a really cool venue in Ventura, California. Okay, next one we got here is another EP by Betrayed, and this is the Addiction EP. This was Betrayed's first release. Betrayed was another hardcore band from Seattle. Actually, there was members from Seattle. There was members from Vancouver as well in this band. This was just on black vinyl. Betrayed was a great. They were a straight edge band. They were around for quite a few years. Started in the early 2000s into the 2010s when they called it quits. Got to see them quite a few times. Just got the lyric sheet here. This was put out on Bridge 9 Records. Bridge 9 is a record label out of Boston, Massachusetts. This is a cool record. Pretty like more melodic, really catchy stuff. And we'll go on to a band called Black SS, which stands for Black Sheep Squadron. It's kind of a cool artwork here. I like the got like a luchador, and you can cut that out and put your band there, like somebody's face or something.
Yeah.
Is he
The
supposed to be
back there.
holding your band? Like, I'm not sure
Yeah,
what.
he's holding your band here. Yeah.
I see.
A little bloodied up face.
It's so hilarious that there's so many songs on a little.
Yeah. So Black SS, they play really short, fast, and loud songs, and there's a ton. Imagine saying all those words in that.
Oh, that's like
that.
Rob Zombie territory.
Yeah, got a bunch of different luchadors on here. Yeah, Black SS, they were a great band. They didn't get the credit that they deserved, I think. But yeah, they're another straight edge band. Not too many straight edge bands played music in this style, this fast, more punk rock. You got
Nice.
it looks like a clear yellow vinyl with a hand stamp on there.
Joe?
What was that? That was good.
Who is that?
That had to be you, Curtis, right?
Yeah,
I wish I could take credit for that.
Curtis.
Did you
Come on.
not mute your mic, Curtis? Is that what happened?
That was a big one.
Oh, man, that was
Belden.
That was good.
Belden's embarrassed.
Come on, guys. Jeez.
I don't know. You're the one who's fully
You got
powered
the
down there.
mute, Bill, or I would admit that was awesome.
Yeah, I
It
can't
had
go.
that-
I
if that
I would
was
have been
Curtis-
proud of that, man. That was,
If that was
like a real
Curtis-
tight butthole too.
He would have had to take that mic and put it down there.
Ah,
My God.
Chris is right. That was a very tight sounding. It was-
Right.
So that couldn't have been me.
God
God damn it.
damn,
Wow.
Bill. You better hope Rolling Stone ain't watching
Mars
tonight.
is pretty quiet down there.
Oh, it wasn't me, man. That was way too high of a register for me.
Right.
I am
You
low
got
and
the
bassy.
lower timber.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Was it? Maybe it was Matt.
No,
Matt,
I'm
Matt
more
was
basic. I'm
shocked.
yeah, I'm more of a baritone than a soprano like that. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God damn it.
And
Jeez.
Chris, I
Well,
mean,
could I get back
trust
to
me,
my
I know.
records here,
Sorry.
huh?
God,
That's
we
all
got
right.
the ladies in the chat. You know, come on. Curtis, hold it together.
Record Store Day exclusive. This was, quite a few years ago because it's been a while since I've been to a Record Store Day. Blood for Blood was a Boston hardcore band. This, I believe, was one of their first releases. Maybe their first. This might have been their first 7-inch. And it only has 3 tracks on this. This is more of like a, I guess it's more of an EP than a like a full 7-inch, I guess. But yeah, this put out by Victory Records out of Chicago. This was, I believe, out of press for quite a while, and which is why they re-released it for Record Store Day. You got White Trash Rob there, the lead singer, and you got Buddha, and I forget who these. They went through quite a few lineup changes, but these 2 guys here were the main guys of this band. So yeah, like I said, Blood for Blood was a hardcore band with a lot more like kind of punk rock influences to it. And this is on white vinyl again. Let's see, I just got a couple more B's here.
There's a question in the chat for 7-inch expert. What's the deal on 7-inch, 12-inch EPs?
Well, usually, like for it's popular, or a lot of punk rock and hardcore bands put out 7 inches because their songs are pretty short, and doing a full length of those types of songs is a little bit. It's easier to put out a 7-inch, I guess. So usually like 6 songs on a 7-inch.
And obviously, I know the answer to this, but for the chat, is the speed 45 or is it still?
Depends. Sometimes most of these will be 33 1/3. These won't. A lot of these aren't 45 speed.
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of times you don't know until you put it on. I believe EP stands for extended play. Am
Yeah.
I right in that?
LP is
Yeah.
long
So,
play and EP
yeah.
is extended play.
So this was a band called Blue Monday. This was their first 7-inch. Blue Monday was a band from Seattle, Washington, and I believe they also had members from Vancouver as well. Actually, Blue Monday might have been from Vancouver. This one's kind of a unique flap on here. And he's got a switchblade. What are you doing there?
Well, I was
Not
gonna
paying
open this
attention.
up, but I see we're running out of time, so I'm just gonna show it. I got some new records. Go ahead.
Okay. I believe that's a shot of John Dillinger dead. No, I'm not sure. Just on black vinyl. All right. Next
We got the
person,
giggles tonight.
Dad.
Hey, Matt, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't know he was gonna do that.
You guys are so rude to Matt Bandy. God damn it.
Here's a shot of John Dillinger dead.
Looks like you got a Smith's record, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Christ.
I got a couple as some gifts. So I got this one Smith Records, Louder Than Bombs. It's a double LP. I think that's the cool way to say it. This is how it looks when it's opened up.
That was my introduction to that band.
Did it just fall out?
Sort of. It didn't go all the way out. But I'll show you one of the records. I don't know what any of this looks like. Well, it looks like standard. Yeah, I ain't gonna pull it out. It's just regular black vinyl. I think the other one's the same. So there you go. There's an actual record from it. I have another one here. I didn't have a chance to blade it up, but there's one.
There was a song from that record that was played at my wedding. My wedding song.
Which one was that?
It was Please, Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want.
Oh, that's a great song.
Yeah, it's actually on Ferris Bueller's Day Off, too.
I was more surprised what was left off than what was on, because I wasn't sure if this was supposed to be a greatest hits or what.
It's not
just
really a greatest
compilation.
hits.
Yeah.
It's a compilation of some of like their singles and.
But
that's
it's weird because I thought maybe it might be with time, like the release time. But some of them that were released in '87 aren't on, and some are. So I don't know.
Mhm.
But it's still cool. I mean, I'm sure it's to get you to buy the other one, whichever the other one was.
That's a great starting point for anyone who's never listened to the Smiths, or that's a good first album.
Yeah, it's really good. And then I guess this is a double album too. This is the. Let me get this one open quicker.
Did you say these were gifts?
Yeah.
Wow.
People like me, Bill. They give me stuff.
That's awesome though that you're asking for records.
Yeah, of course. Well, I've been looking for some Smith albums, but me and Matt were hunting too, and it just wasn't the ones I was looking for. They're good, but I'm not looking to go completely experimental. I want to know at least something off the album. And there was I didn't realize they had that many albums. There was 6 or 7 albums at that record store we went to.
Yeah, some of those were like comps and alternate.
Was it the one Mita's Murder or something? That was one of them. Yeah, I knew that one, but I didn't really know a lot of the music on it. So this is The Cure, and I actually have a pretty funny Cure story I won't tell on this one, but Curtis knows it. And this was one of the posters I was telling you about, Curtis. That one right there.
Oh, yeah.
Remember I told you that story? Yeah,
I know.
and that was the actual poster right there. But this is, I don't know, pretty cool. I think it's still black vinyl too. Let me see. Yeah, it's just black. So another double LP. So
that's another great comp as well. Does that have acoustic versions of the songs on it as well? Because I had a CD of that greatest hits, and it was a 2-discer, and the second disc was all acoustic versions of the songs.
Let's see. It doesn't say that, but it could be. I haven't listened to it yet. I just opened it up, so I'll get back to you. But it's got the songs on it that I like. So kind of worked out. And so there. And then last week I had talked about this CD that I found and I lost it. But this was this
nice.
punk CD. It's really cool because it was obviously sold at concerts or something, but man, it looks super bootleg. So much so, it really looks like someone made it on their own computer, which maybe they did, but
That's Bandy condition.
yeah. But it's pretty dope. I don't really know what it's worth, but I got it for like $1, so I figured, man, that looks pretty cool. And I went ahead and grabbed that. And then today, right before the show, actually, there's this real hoarder. Well, okay, it's not hoarder's not a right way to announce it, but
Collector?
Huh?
A collector?
No. I was gonna say it feels like you're in a hoarder place, but it's not quite accurate. It almost feels like a junkyard. But these guys, they do all these estate sales, and then it's just so you guys know, estate sales are a real big scam to the people. Like if you ever have to sell something, have someone else do it. Don't let them do it, because the way they do it is when you go to the estate sales, everything's listed really high because they get a commission. All right. And then on the next day is when they're willing to cut the deals. Some are only 1 day, some are only 2 days. But on the second day, a lot of people who went the first day aren't coming back to the second day. And whatever's left, they buy for pennies on the dollar. And then it ends up at places like this. And they take everything, though. So they'll take the garbage, too. So these guys, they bring in these massive hauls to this. It's an old Nabisco plant. And they take the junk there first. They pull out the primo shit, and then they sell it in their boutique stores. They actually have 2 of them. And it is so funny how it's like leveled up. Like their main one has all the primo shit. The next one has some good stuff. And then the last one basically is either the stuff they haven't sorted through yet or their garbage. But when you go through it, you actually find a lot of cool shit. Like these Magnavox headphones that I found. They're vintage. They got the big deal on it. I was listening to them. They work pretty good. They're not as good as, let's say, Beats by Dre or Bose or anything like that. But it's just kind of cool to have these. I think my dad actually had a pair of these when I was a kid. Except I think his were white. But so grab that. I grabbed all this crap. It was only for $10. But this is the stuff I was really going for. I got another one of these. And this one's all metal because it's black, because if it's black,
nice.
Cooler.
Was that painted or was it?
It is painted. No, I think whoever had it painted it. But they painted it all the way around because it's black all the way around.
Yeah.
Chris, you got any more of those lying around? Any of those cassette ones?
No, but the next one will be for you. I do need this one though. But the next one,
that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah, I needed another one. But this one right here, it's not the ultimate desired one because it's not Napa Valley, but honestly, I don't give a shit. Napa Bros are the ones you really want. Those are the ones that go for high dollar. If you're flipping them, they're highly collectible. And in all honesty, I don't really see the big difference between these. Like this one looks exactly like my Napa Valley. So it might actually be, but it's not marked. So I can't tell. But it has the exact same construction. But they're very collectible. If you can get them for like less than $20 or less, especially if it's one of like the 50s, jump on it. And if it's 100 and you can get it for $20 or less, you better like get out of there like you stole something, because those go for about $100. And you could put them on eBay and they won't last 10 minutes. They go fast. And then they also had this, which is, you're not going to be able to get it all in, but it's essentially it's a tower.
She said,
yeah. She did say that. It's a tower, but it's for VHS tapes.
Oh, cool.
So you can put in VHS. But what's kind of cool about it too, this is another line to look out for when you're looking for things. Like this same company makes CDs and also cassette holders, and they're always this plastic, but these are actually very sought after too. They're called Laser Line. You can see that. And it's a very sought after company. So if you come after any of these that are VHS is probably on the smaller scale, but their CDs, those are very highly collectible. And also the cassettes are very collectible, but they're mostly known for their CD racks.
But a cassette rack wood? or was it metal?
No, it's all plastic.
The
as far
cassette
as
one
I
was
know-
plastic.
Oh, no. The one I showed was wood. This is wood. It's just painted, but this isn't laser line. I think this is Napa Valley, but it doesn't have any marking. So it's either an early Napa Valley or someone just made a really good bootleg of it. Because, I mean, I'm looking at my Napa Valley one right now, and, I mean, the construction's identical. I can't tell them apart other than the color. But the
Doesn't it have,
Napa
like,
Valley
the-
usually comes in a wood tone.
It'll have like almost like a burned in.
Yeah,
image
it has
on the-
like a brand, but this
Yeah,
one
brand.
doesn't. But like I said, it could be early. I don't know. Maybe they didn't initially brand them and they started to. I don't know. Also got this little cassette deck. It's a little Sony.
Cool.
It wasn't
nice.
sounding so hot when I was playing it, but I don't think I have good batteries either. It was playing and it didn't eat the tape, so it's gonna have to work on this one a little bit. It might need a new belt, but might be something fun to play with. But anyways, it's gonna look dope as shit on the shelf, if nothing else.
Well, that's
I really
worth
like that.
money too.
Yeah, if it's working, it's about $40 because it's not truly a Walkman. This is a cassette recorder, but it has its own external speaker, which Walkmans didn't.
Oh, that's cool.
But it also has a headphone jack and a microphone jack. So this was a different line than the Walkman, even though they kind of came out at the same time. But this is for people who, you know, like obviously they wanted to record shit. So this was like the precursor to the micro cassette recorders. Couple VHS. I think I'll be done here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Also, I got this in the mail today, so this is pretty dope.
Oh,
Got the
nice.
little Battletoads, little CIB action there. Found this for about $0.25, and it's probably worth about 5 cents. But I just wanted, yeah, I think, well, it was an average thing. But you know, like so you get like 15 items for $2 and you start doing the math. Yeah, it's the remake, and I probably wouldn't have paid much more, but I'm just interested to see how it turned out. So this is
they remade that?
Yeah, which is kind of sacrilege to be honest, but I'm just curious to see how it is. I kind of like that, you know, like I got the reboot of Friday the 13th, which is actually pretty good. It's actually very good. And the reason they never did a sequel is they got in a big rights dispute over.
I think it's still going on right now.
It's still going on. LeBron James is actually trying to buy it, but they can't
because I believe the next Friday the 13th film that gets made will actually be the 13th.
Oh,
yeah,
funny.
that sounds about right.
Did you ever see any of the fan-made Friday the 13th movie?
Mm-mm.
Who?
There's some of the fan films. Like,
Oh yeah.
Friday the
They
13th.
have it. It's called The Hiker or something like that.
Yeah, that one's good.
It's actually really good. It's essentially Friday the 13th, but they don't obviously they have the hockey mask and everything. They just
they had the guy who played Tommy Jarvis was in it too.
Yep, it's really good. It's very excellent. It's not that long either. I think it's on YouTube.
It is on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube. And then this one was another decent remake. Probably I'd put this a little less. It did have some good kill scenes, but they really went dark on it and really leaned in on the child molester angle.
Had some Jackie Earl Haley in that one.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's okay. And then the other remake from that time was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because they all came out after Rob Zombie hit with House of a Thousand Corpses. All these other big horror franchises wanted to reboot, and some of them did well. Like I say that Texas Chainsaw Massacre one's really good.
That one's great. Yeah,
that one's okay. It's definitely watchable. I suspect this is garbage, but you know, I'll give it a shot. I mean, especially for 19 cents. Something else I've been looking for, and especially when I can pick them up for really cheap, is weird blank tapes. So this one was specifically sold for kids. Okay, I mean they're sealed. I only want them sealed. If they're open, I don't want them. But I've been, you know, if I could find them and put them in a bundle, I'll do that, because I actually know a guy who really shows some real cool ones, like from Taco Bell and Doritos. I have one from Camel. It's not sealed though, but
Camel.
Yeah,
cigarettes.
Yeah, and it's got Joe Camel on it and everything. You had to send in some Camel bucks to get it. So, or it might actually came bundled with the cigarettes. I forget which way it was, but this one was, you know, it's so funny too, because it's like great for frequent playback, gentle on the VCR. You know, it's this stupid shit. It's got fun stickers. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care. They just want to watch their cartoons. So grab that. I got Beavis and Butthead Do Christmas. I'm trying to pick all these up when I see them. I actually think I actually have this one, but again, it was, I got all this crap for $10. John Madden's, the first Madden on 64 box, or not 64, but Super Nintendo boxed. It's CIB here, and it's kind of cool too because it has it was sold at like one of my local, like this was like the first big used game store in Fresno, and they were for years they were in business, and they used to even advertise in Nintendo Power and stuff like that. And it used to blow my mind that this local Fresno store had an ad in Nintendo Power. And I got another friend out there. There's a guy who collects all the Batman and Robin tapes, kind of like I do with Mario Duck Hunt. And I got him a couple. I don't know, they're not within man's reach. But I have another friend who does it with Point Break. So
why do they have to be bad movies? Is that like
Point Break
is great.
Come on.
Yeah.
great for what?
I am an FBI agent.
You got me.
No, this is a really good movie.
Dude,
I mean,
no,
it's
it's
not
not.
Godfather or
Crazy.
anything, but I mean, it's really good.
No, it's not.
I gotta agree with Kevin on this one.
Catherine
Shocking.
I will take this over any Chevy Chase movie or Dan Aykroyd movie or Dana
Like
Carvey.
Ghostbusters?
But do you think
That's Dan Aykroyd's movie. He wrote it.
Of time.
Take the Ghostbusters out of the equation?
No, you said any Dan Aykroyd movie. You
didn't
can't
say
I
any.
don't
any.
think of that as a Dan Aykroyd movie. You think of that as
Blues
a Dan
Brothers?
Aykroyd? Yeah, Blues Brothers sucks.
Okay, well, forget it.
That movie.
I'm not having this conversation with you.
I'll watch Point Break any day over Blues Brothers. That
Have
movie's
fun.
horrible.
Go for it.
Yeah, that movie's horrible. So I think
this
that's
is great. This is great.
It's got John Lee Hooker in it. I mean, come on.
So,
It's awesome.
Wasn't there a story you were supposed to whip out?
oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
VHS. Okay, so me and Curtis,
We're never gonna get to Mars.
Oh, that's
All right,
fine.
Kevin.
I'm ready for bed.
Kevin. I'm sorry, man.
It's
I
all
hurt your
good.
feelings with the Blues Brothers. I'm just joking. It's fine. It's just not as good as Point Break.
Sure.
Telling you. Have you ever heard of anybody collecting multiple Blues Brother tapes?
No, I've
I
never
would've-
heard of anyone collecting multiple tapes other than a couple of weeks ago when Batman and Robin came up, and now
this
it's
guy's
Point
got
Break.
like 250 of them. It's crazy.
So, like, why? Like, is
I don't know. People have problems, dude. I can't explain it.
I mean, at least
Says the
you're
guy who's got
collecting a-
almost 600 Super Mario Duck Hunts.
well, at least that's a good
different.
game.
That's different. That's actually, I'll make a lot of money off that if I ever sell. These guys, they're not going to get nothing for all this shit. This stuff is
They're
going
just
to a
racking
landfill
up.
when
They're
they
just doing the Lord's work.
die. There's a guy out there that does it with Jerry Maguire too, and I don't know him, so I don't get involved. But I go to this one store, and there's like, I shit you not, like 20 copies of Jerry Maguire, and I always think like, if I ever make a connection with this guy, I got my in. You know what I mean? Like, we got a trade brewing here. I can get them all for like $3, like all 20. Because they just give them, they're just like, take the VHS, 5 cents a piece, take them.
You got to figure there's, just so many of them out there because Blockbuster, remember, Blockbuster alone used
You're
to just
right.
get so many of them.
You would think, but I will say that is the first Point Break I have come across in 3 years. And I actively look. And that Jerry Maguire, that's the only store I've ever seen it at. It's weird. The Batman and Robin, lately I've been coming across them a lot. But I should see that every time I go out. Any VHS thing now, something you'll always see is Titanic. They must have sold 8 billion
That's
copies
true.
of Titanic. I never not see a Titanic.
That's the double tape one too.
And the double tape. Sometimes they're missing too, because some of the copies came where you could split them. They were like tape 1 and tape 2, but then they had them where they were like that
really?
Jaws I gave you, where they both go into the same. So sometimes you'll come across and it'll just be tape 1. It's like, dude, you can't even watch the whole movie.
Well, if it's the good part of the movie, I mean, who cares?
Right.
Everyone
Yeah.
knows the first half is the best part of Titanic.
Sure.
The love story part. I don't care. We know the ship's going to sink.
I just like the part where they bone.
Well, that's in the first part.
I know. I'm agreeing with you. That's a good part. Okay.
And on the door.
All right, I'll tell you that.
Oh boy.
I see Denise is upset about. Okay. Anyway, So me and Curtis is at this our spot, Frankenstein's, and we're going to all these different booths, and it's the last booth, right? Literally the last booth. And we go there, and it was a really good booth. It had everything. It had records, cassettes, video games, VHS,
All of it.
action figures,
And
it had
all good stuff too. It was all like
all
the
good
money
shit,
stuff.
all the things.
Yeah.
So I go to the VHS, and at first I saw this horror tape, which is pretty uncommon. It's called Don't Answer the Phone, something like that. But it goes for like $30-$40. And I asked the guy, how much are these tapes? He goes, well, they're all $10 a piece. And then I'm like, what the fuck? Because there's some of them there that shouldn't be more than 10 cents. So it's like so random. So then when I pulled it off, of course, I noticed on the back and it said $40. So he kind of saw the price tag, goes, okay, well, I guess that one's more. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I set that one back. And then right next to it is A History of Violence. It's a decent movie. Curtis said he watched it recently and he liked it. I remember watching it and thinking it was all right. It was good, not bad. But it has the distinction of being the last VHS sold, like produced. We're not talking bootleg. We're just talking like major release. Like there might be something else that tries to claim it, but collectors think of this as the last major release ever on VHS. So it has a collector value, and it usually goes for about $100 to $150. So I saw that one, and I didn't even want to look at the back. So I just kind of like, how much for this one? He goes, oh, that's $10. And like, I had just spent the last of my money at the last booth. So I tell Curtis, like, let me borrow some money real quick. So he gives me a 20. I give him the 20. He gives me change. It's kind of a thing, but he gives me the change. And I happen to notice the back, and it said $100 on the back. So now I got this moral dilemma. But it's like, he said $10, but sometimes when you're buying used items, there's wrong stickers, but I was pretty confident it was his sticker. But in my mind, I'm thinking this is his item. So what's the difference? I mean, he doesn't know what he tagged it at. Like, so I paid him, and I'm standing around kind of waiting for Curtis to get done. And I'm starting to think, it's like, man, I should just go. Like, I should just leave. I had that feeling. And then sure enough, another guy pops up out of nowhere and he's like, hey, what tape did you just buy? And I'm like, what? And he goes, can I look in your bags or something like that? And I'm like, sure. And I showed him my bags. And well, the first thing I pulled out, I just grabbed the first tapes were these wrestling tapes. I just happened, those were the ones that came. He goes, no, it's not those. I'm like, okay, well, here. And he looks through them and he's like, he didn't see it. And I was like, okay, I mean, whatever. So I kind of like stand to the side. And I don't know, Curtis heard the next part where the guy, he starts drilling the guy, like, what did you sell him? And he's like, History of Violence. And he's like, that's a $90 tape. And he starts freaking out. So the guy runs over to me and he's like, do you have History of Violence? And then I had that moral dilemma. It's like, what if I do? But I didn't. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to, yes, I do. And he goes, well, he was supposed to charge you more. I'm like, okay. And he goes, can I have the tape back? And I was like, sure. Can I have my money back? So we go back over there and it becomes this big thing. They don't have the appropriate amount of change. And Curtis had to give me the money back. And it was just like really super awkward.
I would have just left.
Yeah.
You know what? I would have.
Deal.
I know. I know. But okay, here's my thinking. If it was that guy who had the dilemma, I guess the moral thing is, well, you made the price and you sold it. But he was watching the booth for this other guy. I didn't want to create a conflict between these two guys. It's not worth it. I come across rare shit all the time. It's just a fucking tape.
Yeah, but they're just dicking around with the change and all that. It's like they should give you like $20 or whatever and say, okay, like you don't have the right change, but here for giving us back the tape, here's $20.
I mean, I guess, honestly, I didn't mind doing it. To me, it was doing the right thing.
It was really my fault. He would have gotten away with it.
He would have left already.
We would have been
gone.
And I'm sitting over there like, oh, look, Kiss Alive on cassette.
Yeah. I know. It is fine. Ultimately, though, I would have felt bad if I created some rift between these two guys. I mean, I would have never known, I guess. But at the beginning, I didn't realize there was a second guy. I just thought it was this guy's booth. I didn't even see the other guy. But it's kind of crowded. He must have left, and then he came back, and that guy's like, hey, I sold a movie. And he's like, what did you sell? What did you sell? And I was like,
so, Chris and I had been talking about History of Violence. And so I knew. And when we saw it, I was like, oh man, there it is. He's gonna get it. Like it's happening. And so I'm kind of down looking at the tapes, and I hear it going on, and I'm kind of trying to like distance myself from Chris. Like they don't see us together. And so I thought Chris had walked away after he got the tape, thinking like, oh, we did it. He got the tape. But he was standing there like a mom waiting for a kid to get done his soccer practice, like waiting for me as I'm like looking at all this stuff. And then I'm sitting there looking, and I hear the guys behind me like, hey, what did you just sell? And I kind of like stiffen up like, uh-oh. And that's he's like, dude, there's a $90 tape. And I was like, oh crap. And I'm sitting here sweating the whole time thinking like they're gonna come go like tap on my shoulder, be like, hey buddy, where's your friend? He ripped us up. Well, and then I turn around and it's this whole like Three Stooges routine with the money. We're like, wait, I'll give you this. Okay, now you give me that. All right, now you take this. Wait,
it was so awkward, man. And you know the thing too is like I could have just like walked away and blended in the crowd because that was a pretty crowded place, but I didn't want to leave him high and dry because I imagine if they couldn't find me, you were going to be the one.
You want to blend it in. They're like, look for the old guy.
Yeah. Well,
he's the oldest one here.
As small as you are, they could have easily wrangled your ass up and sold you in like the.
I would have just snuck away like a little mouse.
The child trade.
Yep.
Who knows? They would have had you working at the sweatshop somewhere in the Munchkin land. I just didn't want them to fuck.
They would have wheeled you into the nursing home and gave you.
Yeah, they might have. They might have. But I could have took the guy. I was thinking, you know, man, if I really wanted this, you're not going to get it. But it was like, I don't want to do that. You know.
I'll give Chris credit. He gave an Oscar-worthy performance when the guy was like, "What did you get?" And he's like, "I don't." What? I
was just like, "Well, here, look." Like, look at the back.
And I could see, like, and dude, that was so smart when you put those tapes, like the wrestling tapes, on top of the other one. The guy's like,
but the funny thing was, he actually lifted up the tapes.
He did. I saw him look right at it, and he was like,
well, here's the bag. And he looks in, he goes, nope, that's
What's
not
weird,
it.
though, what's weird is, like, there was a lot of people there. How did he know you got the thing that was expensive? Like, he came back on a mission. Like, he knew that it must have been he looked at the VHS and saw, like, that hole where History of Violence should be. And he knew because he was on it right away.
Well, what I also think is because there must have been other non-$10 tapes. There must have been a lot more than that. Because I mean, I found two easily, but when I was looking at it, there wasn't a lot of rare stuff. But then again, his prices, if he's charging $10 for Batman, his prices are a little ridiculous.
And again, everything at that shop was really good. Was the good stuff. Like there was no filler. It was just all killer stuff.
Yeah. But anyway. So there's the History of Violence story. So if you ever find History of Violence, send it to my way. I did a good deed. Now I deserve your copy. Let me get your copy. I didn't break up a friendship.
I didn't. I never even see that on DVD or Blu-ray, that movie, let alone VHS.
I'm trying to remember it. Which one is that?
It's the one where Viggo Mortensen plays it takes place in like a small town. He's like a family man, wife and kids.
Cronenberg directs it.
One day he like works at like a diner, and one day he like stops a robbery, and it gets him on the news. And then come to find out, he used to be like a hitman for the mob.
Oh,
and he had kind of like just disappeared. And then the mob
I remember it now.
Sees him on the news, and they're like, "We gotta get him." And that's what it's all about.
I think it's full on Canadian.
Really? Well, except for Viggo.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, there you go. Got three big stories out of me here. And Curtiss's record player. This has been a big episode.
Yeah. That's talking about these booths. I was in this antique store today, and this one booth was driving me crazy because it's one of these guys who you always see at the thrift store because he left all of his thrift store prices on all of his stuff. It's just driving me bananas. Every record. 99 cents Goodwill. You pay $15. And meanwhile, it's a $7 record. Ugh. I'm like, I'm not giving you any money.
What does that say right there?
Oh, $4.50. Oh, and they wrote it in the fuck.
I know. It's like in pencil.
Yeah, you can't. You're not gonna get that. You'll just ruin the anywhere more. What you need to do is get yourself a nice sticker and stick it on there and cover it right up.
I could take that one and just move it over.
Just move it right over. Yeah.
All right, Curtis. Denise still feels like you didn't give her enough Bob tonight.
But I did dude.
She
The
got the
times are
cover.
changing. The times are changing. He's on the Billy Joel. The times are changing.
I guess you wanted more. I don't know.
It
And
does not.
the Chris Roberts stories ate into all of the last of the
No.
Bill.
That
Bob
just happens
collection.
sometimes, man.
Guess we'll get to that
Mars
next.
Yeah,
didn't
also-
even get to go.
I also found these vintage Hearst Castle postcards, which probably ain't worth nothing, but they're from 1960, and they're kind of neat. I'm gonna send them out to somebody or something.
No, I'm always
That's up by my
fascinated
neck of
by
the
Hearst Castle.
That's a cool. You've been there, right, Matt?
Yeah, it's only like
Yeah, it's not that far
20,
from your
30
place.
minute drive for me.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, we went there on a field trip, right? And the way it used to be set up, they used to have these big signs in all these different languages. And, so like you could read about Hearst Castle in English and Japanese, Chinese, whatever. Well, being a dumbass kid, there was like a line, almost like an invisible line where everybody was standing. Like all the tourists would be waiting there to get on the bus. So I just like took one step forward of everybody else. So everybody's kind of behind me, and I'm sitting there out of the corner of my eye. I'm reading the English, but I'm like doing it with my hand over like the Chinese or something like that. And I'm just reading the whole thing kind of out loud. And I was doing it just as a goof for my friends. I turn around and then I can hear people like, "Oh, hey, look at that kid! Oh my God, that's amazing!" And I don't know why it was that amazing, but I turn around, they just clap. That's so great! You did so good. My teacher's like, "Get over here!" Like she knew what the hell are you doing? Get over here! Quit fucking around.
Next week on Story Time with
Yeah.
Chris Roberts.
It was good though. That's my Hearst Castle story.
Well, Kevin, you
Like a
got to
friggin'
give us
zebra out there.
something. You got to give us something.
Yeah, Kevin.
Well,
You gotta give us something.
I
Go
did
hurt
say that
yourself
I would
again.
show some Tom Petty, so I'll show a Tom Petty record. There it is.
Hey, that's a good one.
That's
Yeah,
his
you know,
first
is that a
good one?
record, 180 gram, and it's of course it's a reissue.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's got the night. I like these old reprise labels on there.
That is
Can't
cool.
see the pink.
What was on his first album? What was the big hit?
Well, there wasn't really that many. Not really a big hit on this one. In the States, but in the UK, anything that's rock and roll was a big hit in the UK. And then, but the song most people know on this one is "American Girl." It has breakdown on it.
Oh, that's got some good stuff on it. Breakdown and American Girl. are
Oh,
both-
this is a good album from start to finish. It's excellent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bigger hit in the UK when it came out. So
American Girl wasn't a big hit here. Or
no,
in
not
the
really.
States? Really?
Not really. Not as much as what came later, which it's too late for me to go into now. But the big album, I'll just tease it.
Yep, that's a good one.
It's a tease.
Mm-hmm.
That's the tease.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm showing. What's Chris Roberts is hiding behind stuff now?
What's
No.
he got?
I'm just promoting my buddy's album.
Oh. Dungeon Synth.
Dungeon Synth.
Did you make that yourself?
No,
I made it for him.
a very
Oh,
good
I
friend
see.
of mine made it. Look at this, all handwritten by him and everything.
Jesus.
So
I
you
was-
made him a
Is that a
Dungeon Synth
burned
mix?
CD?
Oh, he
What is that?
recorded it in his house. This is very professional. What are you talking about?
Did you make a mix? Is that what?
It's like an inside trade
sure
too.
did.
But look at this. It even has
Oh.
the. I mean, he ain't fucking around.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Wow.
Did it come with a patch
No, it didn't.
or a download code, maybe?
Yeah, where's the download code?
I don't know.
I want a pastoral version.
Came with a firm handshake.
Get you that.
Good to know.
All right. Well, I can tease for next week. Maybe we'll get to finish off the Bob collection here. Few records left. Few records left.
I had
Right,
good
Matt?
stuff to show too. Rare stuff and autographs. Whole bit.
Autographs?
Yeah, we
I-
saw you give it away on the other show.
I did not
Yeah.
show any of that.
We saw a lot of emotion out of you, though, Kevin.
That's
No,
true.
I don't think so.
I have
never
never
seen you
seen
laugh
you
and
so happy,
smile so
dude.
much.
You
Yeah.
were so happy.
They are a lot nicer to me than you people are. that is for sure. And very complimentary. And it was 2 hours ago. So there you go.
Okay.
We get the worn out, Kevin.
That's right. Warm me the
The
fuck up.
3 podcasts later, Kevin.
Yes.
Also
Well-
got these limited edition magnets coming soon.
Oh, here we
Nice.
go.
It'll be dropping
Some more.
soon. Got the magnets here. Oops.
Oh, drop it right now.
High quality.
I can't make it. I'm having just depth perception issues here, but yeah. There you go. These are high quality.
Bill, you
For
should.
those of you who got the Mrs. Q Dog magnet, same people.
Bill, you should. When you do the closeout, you should play the intro one more time so Kevin can see it.
Go give the intro one more time. All right. Corey's saying he's been marathoning Shadow of a Doubt from the Torpedoes record. That's cool.
Oh.
He says he's been drywalling during this entire show. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Is that like a sexual euphemism?
Yeah.
I've been
And he's-
drywalling this whole time
You gotta
too.
get some lube in there.
Don't think it
Your walls
sex and
dry.
dry walls go well together.
I mean, maybe not in Canada.
And Ben Montench got a Grammy nomination, I guess, today.
Wow.
We'll talk about him later on when we get to these albums. And he also mentioned that the Dylan 1970 album came out today as well. So if you guys want to go order that, that's going to be good. Bob Dylan stuff, George Harrison stuff, them together stuff. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. No big special edition, though. I don't think it's straight up release. Kind of a letdown that it's not getting all the ephemera that we're used to. But get that next time. Anyways, thanks all you guys for showing up, having a great show. Sorry, Matt Bandy, for the shenanigans that went on during your presentation.
No, it's funny. I still want to know who did it.
We know who did it.
Wait,
No, Bill.
Yeah.
I would admit it. I promise you, if I would have did that, I would have been so proud.
I
Me
think it
too.
was Chris in the VHS room
No.
with the baked beans.
That's true. It did have like a magnetic tape kind of echo.
Dude, you know you're lying, Bill. I could tell by the look on your face earlier. Why are you lying?
That definitely not me.
Look, dude, I know your poker face. I'd be pushing the chips in the middle right now, dude.
Okay, go do it.
Here we go.
All right. Curtis, thanks for coming on by. Good microphone work today. It's good stuff.
Thank you.
Matt Bandy, we'll have more 7-inch with you later after the show. Chris Roberts, always fun. And Kevin,
Oh, I love
Glad
that
to-
movie.
glad to finally have you on the show. Appreciate it.
That
And look,
movie is terrible. Rollerball?
Dude, James Caan?
It's great. James
I
Caan.
love
This is
James
so
Caan.
This is so much better than Blues Brothers.
I think Rollerball is pretty good. Yeah, I think that was a good one.
Great.
Oh, God, try to watch it, man.
It was
It's not-
cheesy, futuristic.
no,
Yeah.
it's not good, man. It
No?
makes no sense. They're rollerballing, and it doesn't make any sense
Yeah,
why
no.
they're
There's an
rollerballing.
explosion.
It's no Outlander.
Dude, there's an explosion.
Outlander was better than Rollerball.
Well, it has to be. It's got Connery.
And a spiked glove. Come on. You don't have that shit in Blues
It's not a
Brothers.
good movie at all.
Don't forget to follow us all on Twitter. You can find us all on Twitter, and there is lots to coming on this channel. Look for STC Pod, the podcast. That might happen Sunday night. That'll be live on here. You can check that out. For me and my partner Joe bust some chops for an hour over there, and there will be some more music coming. I was cleaning out a drawer the other day. I don't know where. No, here it is. Look what I found. I found this disc. All it said was MP3 Live on it. So I took a look inside. Sure enough, they're all
ABBA?
MP3s. No, there is more concerts on here, and one of them is another Bob Dylan soundboard.
Whoa.
It's MP3 sourced, but once it's on YouTube, that's all dumbed down to whatever their bit rate is anyways. So look for some more live stuff is what I'm trying to say on this channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you know when all this stuff is happening. And the vinyl show, it'll probably come at you pretty soon if we're following what we've been doing, perhaps Wednesday or Thursday night. Boys, anyways, just keep on the Start to Continue YouTube channel. Go to our front page, and if a show's coming up, you'll see it on the front page. It'll tell you when it's going to happen. So look for that. Thanks everyone in the chat for coming on by. Just glad to see you. Fun interacting with you as always, and I hope to see you on the next show. Thanks everybody. I got to, as requested, play us out with the brand new bit of production on the channel.